May 4th, 1943. Eastern Europe, a labor site beside a stone quarry. The soldier whose diary is being read is named Wilhelm Hartmann. When he wrote these lines, he said fear had already ended.
I no longer know if there is a God.
He wrote,
If there were, he would not remain this silent.
Here, mornings do not begin with the sun. They begin with repetition, the same order every day, and a time everyone knows, 10 a.m. Wilhelm Hartmann writes that people were brought out early to work. Faces were familiar. Eyes no longer asked questions. Questions, he says, disappeared together with hope. Silence here was no longer obedience. It was depletion.
At first, they cried.
He noted.
Then they screamed. Now they only work.
This silence marks the end of fear, and perhaps the most dangerous threshold of all. The diary mentions an officer, a man who stood in the same place every morning, holding a long-barreled rifle. Hartmann stresses this was not an order. It was a choice.
He does not do this because he must.
He wrote.
He does it because he wants to.
Then comes a more disturbing thought. The most terrifying part was that this man was still human. He laughed. He spoke. He smoked cigarettes. He still felt things.
There had been no humanity left in him. This is not so respectable. Perhaps he could not have been this cruel.
The time approaches. 9:50 a.m. The pickaxe is slow. No one stops, but everyone waits. And then it is 10 o'clock. Hartmann writes that the rifle was raised at random. No target was chosen. A sound followed, and a body fell. There was no scream, no attempt to flee, no crying.
This was the moment that broke me,
He wrote.
because there was no fear, only acceptance.
He records hearing another soldier say, today it was him. What made him sick was the relief in that voice, relief born from another man's death, a feeling that rots a person from the inside. The body was left where it fell. Covering it would have meant acknowledging humanity. There was no place for that here. Work continued. Stones were carried. Order remained.
One man was gone,
He wrote.
but the order did not break.
By midday, whispers began. They were not prayers, not pleas. They were surrender.
I wish tomorrow it will be me.
Here, people no longer fear death. They are exhausted by living. Hartmann writes that he counts himself among the guilty. He had a uniform. He had a weapon. But he no longer had respect for himself.
Because I stand there, I watch, and I do nothing but right.
He returns again to the question of God. He tried to pray, but the words died in his mouth. And then he wrote,
If God exists and remains silent, that is more terrifying than his absence.
At night he returned to his tent, not from the cold, from shame, from anger. He explains why he keeps this diary, so he does not fall silent, because silence, he knows, means becoming accustomed. And he ends with these words,
I no longer know if there is a God, but if there is, I want him to read these pages one day.
Wilhelm Hartmann. Born March 14th, 1922, Magdeburg, Germany. Conscripted into military service, 1940. Diary written, 1941 to 1944. Died February 8th, 1996. The diary was discovered in the attic of his home after his death. His family kept it hidden for 14 years before handing it over to authorities.